And when the Sabbath had come, he began to teach in the synagogue. And many hearing him were astonished, saying, Where did this man get these things? And what wisdom is this which is given to him, that such mighty works are performed by his hands? Hello, this is Kenny Underwood coming to you from 1 Minute Sermon. That's from Mark 6, and it's describing Jesus when he began his ministry, and he's speaking to a group of people in a synagogue. I was in a church this past weekend and heard a pastor talk about the amazing authority of Christ. And he used a quote in his sermon that I believe was written by Henry Bosch, and it goes something like this. I think you'll find it good. Socrates taught for 40 years, Plato for 50 years, Aristotle for 40 years, and Jesus Christ for 3 years. Yet the influence of Christ's 3-year ministry infinitely transcends the impact left by the combined 130 years of teaching from these men who were among the greatest philosophers of all antiquity. And that the truth, 3 years versus all those years, it's amazing that Jesus turned the world upside down in just 3 years. The quote goes on to say, Jesus painted no pictures, yet some of the finest paintings of Raphael, Michelangelo, and Leonardo da Vinci received their inspiration from him. Jesus wrote no poetry, but Dante, Milton, and scores of the world's greatest poets were inspired by him. If you think about all that's been written over the last 2,000 years about Christ, it's amazing. Jesus composed no music, still Haydn, Handel, Beethoven, Bach, and Mendelssohn reached their highest perfection of melody in the hymns, symphonies, and oratories they composed in his praise. To me, is a special place for the music written about Christ, starting with these fellas all the way through today. Just turn your dial on your radio to K-Love and you'll hear new songs coming out constantly containing the name Jesus Christ. The quote ends, every sphere of human greatness has been enriched by this humble carpenter of Nazareth. And isn't that the truth? Just the fact that Jesus' ministry was only 3 years long and he turned the entire world upside down should astound us so much that we spend the rest of our lives seeking him. Take some time to read the words of Christ, the Word of God. Read the Old Testament, read the New Testament and the Gospels, and focus on those words written in red. The deeper you dig, the more you'll be blessed. There's your 1 Minute Sermon. God bless.